This podcast is hardly focused.
The French.
So you didn't watch the fight.
No.
You didn't miss
I
much.
heard about it. I heard about an ass, and I heard about another asshole, but that's completely different. But yeah.
Yeah, you didn't miss anything, dude. Oh, man.
I didn't think I would, honestly.
You know what I did? I installed Skyrim on my Switch. So I was playing that because I found that to be more entertaining than this fight I was watching. Now it was on Netflix. Netflix doing like the live things now, which they don't always do. I think the only other live thing I watched was I think it was Chris Rock doing a stand-up special last year.
The only thing I've seen live is the roast.
There were a bunch of fights leading up to the main event. Those were at least somewhat entertaining because they were legitimate.
They weren't cash grabs.
Correct. Like there was actual fighting going on. There was actual injury to be had.
No, it was all regular. It was no MMA. It was all pure boxing beforehand, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yep. And then the main event, Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson, who's like pushing 60.
Yep.
I think it's been a while since he's fought. I don't really follow this too often, but I know it's been a while.
I mean, I'll be honest. It's probably been, 20 years since he actually fought?
Yeah. It's been a minute since he's bit the ear off of somebody.
I was hoping. I was like, man, I hope if he's going down, I hope he just takes a chunk out of something.
There's a photo I saw on Reddit yesterday, and someone snapped it right after he bit Holyfield's ear off. And it's like 3 or 4 LAPD officers in front of Tyson, but all 4 of them are in like the defensive, like, whoa pose. Cause this dude was just full blown maniacal. And
I mean, I believe Mike Tyson was talking about like, he turns into as Iron Mike. Like when he gets in the zone, and then that's when he's like, I will make orphans out of your children, you know? Mm-hmm. Like you're like, oh, there's a switch in there. That's still there.
But champ, they have a mother. Yes, but I believe she would die of grief. I can only imagine too what a guy with human blood dripping out of his mouth. I imagine that sight. Do you want to get near that? So,
sir, I don't need any additional blood today. That'd be great.
The fight itself, felt very fast, very quick, like disappointing sex.
Or if you're Jack, sex.
Yeah. Like nothing was happening. Like Jake Paul getting a few punches in, but it was largely just Tyson like blocking himself, maybe a jab here or there. But it was just...
Well, yeah, because it's like you're 60 years old, fighting a guy that really is not like a good fighter. Like, has he actually done anything legitimate besides promotional shit? Come on.
Would you argue that all those were staged too? All the other fights that Jake Paul has done?
I'm pretty sure. Didn't they show one like a swing and a miss on one of his fights? And you're like, this proves that everything's fucking rigged. I can't remember which one it was. But it was like a phantom punch, and he was like, "Oh, come on,
yeah,
come on."
I'm just gonna go ahead and blame the Huck to a girl, Haley Welch, because she was interviewed before the fight. She was asked who she was putting hypothetical money on, and she said Mike Tyson. 3rd most listened to podcast, by the way, on Spotify.
Oh God!
Just if you got us who've been doing it for over 15 years, almost 666 episodes, backgrounds in the radio business. But no, all you got to do is have a nice rack and talk about sucking dick, go viral, and there you go.
All right. Well, let me get a couple more pounds on me. I can get maybe a solid B cup going, and then I can just talk about sucking dick all day, and then we'll be good to go.
All right. And I'm sure there's a market for people who are into chicks with facial hair. There's some metrics from the fight, which someone summed it up perfectly on Threads.
God, here it comes.
This fight could have been an email.
Yes. This definitely could have been an email.
So
and as per my last email.
So some stats from TMZ: 65 million global concurrent streams. 35 million of those came from the United States. And then the average minute audience in total was 108 million live viewers for this event.
Okay.
74 million viewers watched the fight that happened beforehand between Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano, which is now the most watched women's sporting event in history.
Really?
And that was like, again, I was playing Skyrim, but I was entertained by that fight. I thought it was a good fight. I don't think it ended in a draw. I think the one that happened before.
I gotta say, I mean, ladies fights, those get fucking vicious.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, there's guys. I mean, you can definitely. I mean, with boxing, there's boxing guys fights that are like bad, but like, I think the like traditional view of like women's fights, being less, I don't know, watchable for some reason. Like it's like how the WNBA used to just like preach fundamentals, and now they're like, just fucking go at it.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the difference right there. I think now you look at a woman's fight and they're like, oh, they have a switch. It's like the Tyson switch, and they turn it and they're like, I am going to make orphans out of your children.
Is it typically an immediate like switch just flipped, or does it take a couple rounds before it finally kicks in?
I think it depends on the woman, but most of them have that switch immediately as soon as like they feel that first punch.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you're an Italian boxer, then you're pretty much like it's go time. We're going to destroy each other, and and the thing is they may have tears, but it's like rage tears.
Yeah,
which makes it like even more like, oh God, you're crying because you're so angry.
Some audio from that fight, by the way, between Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano. So there you go. There's the metrics, and now for the post-fight entertainment, because beforehand seeing Mike Tyson's ass simply wasn't enough. And boy, what an ass!
That is an ass.
Netflix sued over Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul stream issues, according to TMZ. Now,
how bad were they?
Pretty. I would say for me, I wouldn't say bad, but it was like intermittent enough that it was a little annoying. Like it didn't. I don't think I had any buffering issues during the main fight,
but there were issues beforehand.
It would pause. It would
stutter.
It would stutter. It was annoying. Let's put it that way. It was.
Would the audio not link up to the voices? So it like this, almost like a Japanese movie?
No, actually, that was fine.
The audio didn't go down to like 0.25 and then have the the video going full speed, did it?
No, nothing like that.
Okay, all right. Because there's sometimes where I watch TV and the kids will pick on something, and for some, I don't know why. I don't think it might be Nickelodeon, might be. I think it's done a couple PBS too, and the video is going perfectly like 100% streaming normal, and the audio is at 25%. And you'll just hear the sound of the song introduction, and then it'll keep going for the entirety of the episode. And it doesn't fix itself.
Now, is that
and
happening?
The kids freaked out initially. Now they look forward to it when it randomly happens, because we can't, like, for the life of us, we can't figure out why it does it. But we're like, fuck it, this is hilarious.
Ronald Blue Denton filed a suit in Florida court on November 18th, according to TMZ, complaining that users were, quote, faced with legendary problems, he says, including
wait for it, dairy,
no access, streaming glitches, and buffering issues. Denton is suing Netflix for breach of contract, and he's asking for unspecified damages. Becky, did you find that the fight on Netflix was difficult to watch because of streaming issues?
Specifically because of the streaming issues, not because of the actual fight itself.
Yeah, I was going to say no. I was already so lost that the streaming issues, I didn't even notice.
That fight sucked.
Yeah, I have no idea what a good fight is, but, you know, I checked it out because the internet was ablaze.
The internet told me to do it.
A part of it.
Well, with most fights, you're supposed to make contact. You're supposed to actually like put some effort into it. None of that was happening. They're just letting the clock run down.
They got to figure out their shit, though, because I forget which team is playing, which football team is playing on Christmas, and Beyonce's performing during the halftime, that's streaming on Netflix.
Oh. Is that the first time they've streamed a football game on Netflix before?
On Netflix, maybe, because I know that Amazon picked up Thursday night football.
Yeah, I saw I was watching a little bit of the Commanders playing on Amazon the other night. And I know they've done like
I think it is the first.
Okay.
Also, I could have just totally made that up. I'm trusting just a Redditor.
Well, remember, don't come to us for your sports news.
Sports.
So we'll see how that goes, that lawsuit against Netflix.
I feel like it's got a really good chance of going fucking nowhere.
I forgot you're recording a podcast. I was like, wait, tell me what happened. And you just probably explained it. Sorry. I will listen back.
Okay. If you could help our numbers, that'd be great.
What this is. Yeah. What we're doing here.
Let me repeat that story along with many other stories I've told over the years.